Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going over all the top teams for the Alphaberry Dream Realm boss depending on the heroes you have and what I use to defeat the boss on Hell mode. Okay, so what we'll do to begin with, in case you just want to take a look at the formations, I'm going to go through all the formations that I'll be watching the replays of in this video, and then after we talk through all the formations we will go and watch the replays. So I'll quickly try to show you the formations first of all. So number one is we're going to have the team which I use to defeat the boss on Hell mode. And there are two teams you can run here. One is a Mikola team, one is a Smokey team. I think more people have Smokey at Mythic Plus, so I wanted to show this team. So Reinier is going to position swap the odie and have the charm bonus onto the odie. So odie's attack is going to be as high as possible in this team. Smokey is going to be healing up your whole team. Lily May and Koko for the damage reduction and protection for your team. And as you can tell, Odie does deal the most damage, and before getting to Endless, Arcane Spell is actually the best choice for an artifact here, and also the higher attack will allow more, basically more value from the poison stacking onto the boss and a bit of a lower execution threshold. And so here's basically the team, and we will watch the replay after we talk about the next team. So the next team is the other alternative team. I just ran it on Endless because I couldn't run 2 on Hell mode, but this is going to be the other option for a team you can try to use to execute the boss on Hell mode and see which one can do better for you. Odie in the front, Koko behind the Odie, and Mikola right in the back. You're going to be position swapped to the front, and the reason for this is because when Mikola is position swapped from Reinier, she ends up right in the middle of the boss, and so she's going to be able to apply her haste buff to Odie even in this position. Koko for damage reduction and protection, and Lily May for damage as well, and she's going to gain the attack charm bonus from Reinier on herself, and she's also going to have the resonating spell. So these are the two different teams you can try to execute the boss on Hell mode, and hopefully one of these will work for you. As for my levels, on Hell mode, I think I was 697. So if you're a 691 level or above and you have pretty well invested heroes, hopefully you will be able to execute the boss today. But if you're below 691 resonating level, then probably you're not going to be able to. Okay, now let's talk about Endless mode. So for Endless mode, there are a couple of teams. Now the one really interesting team is this one here. This is going to be, for a lot of people, this is going to be the best option. And why is that? Because this team is going to be better for protecting yourself. If we compare it to the overall top performing team that has Mikola and Smokey both, that can get off more damage, but you need to have a high enough resonating level, because once you make it to Endless mode, your level is going to be uncapped. And so for example, people who are level 770 or 760, they're not able to survive well enough in the boss. So this team gives them the survivability because you have Koko there to give your team the damage reduction and the protection. Smokey is in the front. He's going to be healing up your team and also doing damage to the boss. In Endless mode, Smokey deals a lot of damage with his blue aura, as you can tell. And also phraesto is going to be Reinier position swapped into the front, because giving him the attack buff and begin dealing damage a little bit faster. Now the main phraesto here is going to be in front of this Koko to give her more energy generation so she can cast her ultimate and get damage reduction for your team more. And the Reinier charms are going to be given to Lily May, and Lily May has the resonating spell as one of your primary damages for this comp. So this was a very effective team. When you look at the damage, we got 54.5 billion. And my all-time record was 56.5 billion, as you see right above that. And this is a really safe version of a team too. And so for most people who are not up to maybe 791 resonating level or above, it's going to be better for you to run this safe team so that you survive for the whole fight and get off your damage. And this has worked out really well for a lot of people. Okay, now the only thing left to mention are two other teams. So here we have the overall best team formation if you have all of these heroes built and if you're at a high enough level to survive. Reinier is going to position swap the illusion of phraesto. The main phraesto is going to be in front of Mikola to give it the energy. Smokey is off to the side because it doesn't really matter. He's going to be able to buff up your whole team and still deal damage to the boss from this position. And then Lily May will be dealing her damage with the resonating spell on the Lily May. And looking at the damage chart, Lily May deals the most damage, and then phraesto, and then Smokey. So these are basically the team comps. Now, if you don't have phraesto, if you don't have Mikola, and you wanted to run odie, and you don't have phraesto, let's say, and you wanted to run odie with Smokey and Koko, basically Koko is a really good option in this boss. Koko will provide the damage reduction, and Odie would be your second best damage dealer option if, for example, you don't have the phraesto built up, because in Endless, Odie doesn't deal as much damage, but still, it would not be a terrible option here. Now, for this team, you're going to need to have someone in melee range, and so might as well give it to the Odie and give the attack buff to the Lily May. Yeah, this is how I would position, and we'll do a run right now. Give the Resonating Spell, the attack charms from Reinier onto Lily May because she's your major damage, and just have Odie be your melee tank because you need one melee tank for the Alpha Bear boss. If you don't have that, he's going to unleash a powerful attack on your whole team. And you don't want more than one melee hero because then the boss has one attack that deals damage to adjacent enemies, and that is going to apply a stack of honey when he does that attack. And so if you have multiple heroes in melee range of the boss, they're all going to be stacked at the same time, and as soon as the boss stacks up your whole team with honey, then he unleashes a very powerful attack. So you don't want him stacking fast, you want him to stack as slowly as possible, and so that is done by having only one melee hero. Okay, this is getting a really good score. Yeah, this is looking actually better than the team that I kind of recommended before, so I think this is the team that you should be going for if you have like these heroes built up, which you should. Like Lily May, Odie, they consider pretty free to play option because a lot of people did recruit for them, and we got 48 almost 7 billion damage, which is a really good score. Yep, so that is probably what I would recommend. So now that we'll just take a quick replay at the other teams. Okay, so let's take a look at the replay of the overall top performing team. So the phraestos just deal massive damage. Mikola is in the perfect position. Like this is a dream position. Mikola right in the middle, buffing up everyone that she can, all your key heroes, your damage dealers, which are the phraestos and the Lily May herself. Smokey is also able to buff up most of the team with the attack buff. But you know, thinking about this comp, I'm wondering, like, wouldn't Smokey just be more... I think, oh, the reason is Lily May enters the perfect position from this comp. Yeah, or this formation, positioning. If we had Smokey in the middle position, frontmost, Lily May would not be able to be where she is, and then maybe she wouldn't gain as many buffs from the Mikola's Courage Sphere. So there. Towards the end, the team is going to wipe because you don't have Koko here. And without Koko, you don't really have that ability to out-sustain the burst or the boss. But still, it is better to go for this higher damage comp, even if you end up wiping a little bit earlier. For example, the other comp, which survives until the end with Koko, really good option as well, and we can watch that replay. But the damage won't be quite as much because you don't have phraesto. And, sorry, you don't have... who are you missing here? You don't have Mikola. And Mikola buffs up the attack and haste of your phraestos and the Lily May, which is a big deal. So yeah, this is Smokey in the frontmost position. As you can tell, Lily May is on the left here, but maybe she would still be able to reach the buff of Mikola. I want to try one more run after this of having Smokey in the frontmost position, because the advantage of that is it would allow your phraestos to be buffed up from Smokey's aura right from the beginning of the match. And as long as Lily May is still going to receive the buff from Mikola, it would be fine. Like, it would be maybe just optimal to have that positioning. Oh, but it might also be that, like, if the Smokey takes the aggro, he could be more susceptible to dying faster. So we'll have to do a test run of that. Okay, but this is, yeah, really solid team. With the Koko, there's basically no chance of dying, but of course then your damage output will be a little bit lower. And yeah, people are going to die at the end, but that's with practically under 1 second left on the clock, which doesn't really matter. Okay, so we'll go back over here and go to use our formation and just try to swap it around a bit. So use this and see. We'll have the Smokey up in the front, and otherwise I think we... Oh, the thing is that Mikola's going to end up in a bad spot. She's not going to end up in the central location like she was before, I believe, from here, if we have Smokey up in the front. And that is probably why this is not the optimal, because basically everything makes Smokey here being best. The only thing you're losing out on is this phraesto walks up here, and the Smokey's aura doesn't reach him until he casts one more time. I'm going to try this, but I'm pretty sure this is not going to do as well. Because let's take a look at how the positioning ends up. I mean, it's still fine. Mikola is buffing up everyone. Mikola is buffing up, yeah, the whole team. She's not in the central location, but she's still buffing up your Lily May and the 2 phraestos. Smokey is able to buff the phraestos up from the beginning of the match. It'll be a question of, can Smokey take the burst from the boss? Because the boss hits really hard without the Koko. And yeah, things are not looking good. I think you don't want Smokey tanking the aggro here. We need to survive until 20 seconds in order for this to be... Yeah, and Smokey goes down too quickly with 31 seconds left. That is a problem. And then you come crumbling down. So yeah, definitely the previous comp with Smokey in front of Reinier, I believe. Yeah, Smokey on the side basically is going to be better. Yep. This shows that Smokey cannot survive in the frontmost tile unless you have a Koko with them. So hopefully this gave you a good idea of teams to try for the Dream Realm boss today. Hopefully you guys can get a high ranking in this boss. But again, what have we learned from moving into Endless? The kings of Endless are, kings and queens of Endless are phraesto, Lily May, Mikola, Smokey. These are the top 4 heroes. If you do not have these heroes up to Mythic Plus yet, now this is a priority for your account, because from now up until the end of the season, these heroes are going to be dominating all of these Dream Realm bosses. So by investing into them, it will allow you to get a bit of a higher ranking and get more rewards like temporal essences for your account. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you want to join my AFK Journey Discord server, there's a link to that in the description of this video. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.